The Zack Great Grandpa in the Little Box by Dan Rimbert. Chapter 1. My name is Zack. I'm 10 years old, and I guess you could say I've been interested in weird stuff all my life. Stuff like haunted houses, UFO, and storms where it rains frogs. So when something weird happened to me, it was probably more open-minded than somebody else who wasn't interested in weird stuff all their life. I was in an America show near our house in New York City. After years of begging my dad for a cat, he finally broke down and said yes. I could get a kitten. So here I was. I passed a cage with an old gray tomcat inside it. His fur was matty with dirt. He'd lost half of whiskers on the left side of his face, which made him look a little lopsided, and Tip had been crouched off one of his ears. "St, young man," someone called me. The voice sounded raspy and strange. "Hello, little boy, over here." Turn around. I looked to see who was it, but there was nobody in sight. I went to the cage with a little tuxedo kitten with a black body and white paws were taking a nap. He sure was cute. I stopped on a closer look at him. Of course, I probably wasn't the best time to adopt kitten. In a couple of days, my dad and I were flying to Chicago, spend Thanksgiving with Grandma Leah, but their neighbor had agreed to cat sit, and I wasn't taking any chance of my dad changing his mind. I'd almost decided on the cute little taxi cat when I hear the voice again. "Hey kid," said the voice. "I'm speaking to you." "Where are you?" I asked. "Right here, dummy," said the voice. "The cage on the back of you." I turned around. The stuffy old gray tomcat was standing quite close to me. "You're pardon me in the holler," said the little cat. "But I was afraid you were about to make a terrible mistake and choose somebody else." "You can talk," I said, hardly able to believe my ears. I moved closer to the cage. I wanted to see the cat lip moving. "You're talking. Maybe this was just a trick. Somebody was doing bellicose. I mean, I told you I like weird stuff, but this was really far out even for me." "A talking cat?" I said. "Yeah, a talking cat. How about that?" said the cat, sarcastically. His cat lips were really moving. "This was no trick, but look at you, a talking boy," he said. "Listen, you don't have much time. You've got to get me out of here." "What do you mean?" "I mean, I can't stand in here a minute longer," he said. "The meowing and the smell are driving me right off the walls. Tell them you're adopting me." "Oh, I don't mean to hurt your feeling," I said, "but I really already decided on the little tuxedo kitten here. Like I said before, I am pretty open-minded. I had nothing against talking cats. I just wasn't sure I wanted to live with one, especially with somebody as bossy and this unseen." "Attached to the kitten," he said. "Poor choice." "What do you mean?" "There's flies and worms, plus he never got hung at me using a little box." The tomcat gave me a long look. He could see I wasn't buying it. "Okay," the cat went on. "I didn't want to have to use this, but here goes. If you don't adopt me, they're going to put me in sleep. And I don't mean tugging in bed in my jammies either. I mean kill me. You really wanted to in your own costume, kid? Listen. They don't put cats in sleep here, I said. That is a well-known fact. The cat was not only bossy, he always had problems in truth. Okay, I admit they haven't lately, he said, but that could change any day. I looked at him and shook his head. Okay, he said. How about this? What if I told you know your name? What is my name? Zack. How did you know that? I asked. I'm pretty impressed. Not many people know my name, and even fewer cats. You're impressed, huh? Said the big, gray tomcat. What if I told you I'm a member of your family, Zack? Do you think I'm still perfect in a little taxi? A family? My family? A member of my family? I said. How could that be? You're a cat. Hey, you never hear remarkable somebody that's and come back with somebody else. So I said, sure, he hears a remarkableness. In fact, I'd read about several cases in India who kids claim in the lip before. They knew facts against certain places they never been. Things they could impossibly have known if they were ordinary kids. See, they were kids, not cats. So what? So, said Tomcat, I happen to one dead great-grandfather Julius. Chapter 2. 1 minute I'm thinking to go home with cute little black and white kitty. The next a big gray tomcat told me he's my dad's grandfather. I didn't know what to do. I took another look at the kitten. He was licking his front paw wobbling away. Tomcat was still leaning toward the kitten. What? You don't think I'm cute? He asked. And he paused, then he must have thought was a cute pause. You'd kind of kiss when I say it's just that cute, Simon, he said. You can't tell me you're going to walk out here with a probably bit stranger who hasn't been properly early toilet trained and leave your beloved great-grandfather rotting sticking in a little cage. Family's family, Zack. I look at Tomcat, then at the kitty, then at the Tomcat. Family is family. Funny. That's something Grandma Leah always says. That did. I guess you're right, sir, I said. I guess family's family. Now you're taking sense, kid, said the cat. Now, please call me Great-Grandfather Jules. Chapter 3. When I arrived home, huffing and puffing, I carried my cardboard cat carrier my dad made at the door. Since my parents split up, I live in a part of the town my dad and part of with my mom. So he said, son, did you like it even finally gotten yourself a kitty? Yeah, I said, and put a carry down. I was excited with great-grandfather Julius inside. He must be have wiggling clothes and a 30-pound. Can I see this little guy? Asked my dad. Sure, but I have to tell you a couple of things. Okay, what? Well, number one, I didn't take a kitty. I was a slightly older cat. Why? That, said my father. I think that's a wonderful thing to do, giving an older cat a home. I'm very proud of you, son. And number two, he's not an ordinary cat, Dad. Well, for one thing, he talks, said my dad. Yeah, he talks. My dad smiled. He started along with me a little joke. Well, I see. Well, what does he say? He said he's great-grandpa Julius. I didn't even think you'll remember having a great-grandfather, Julius, he said, chuckling. When I remember I was hearing the great-grandma Maria go on about her father, Julius, who was so nice he was practically sent. Then he always added how Julius was complete opposite of Grandpa Morris, her husband's father. Maurice was a black sheep of the family. Before Julius didn't say that simply to me. I opened the cat carrier. Great-grandfather Julius and my dad took a long look at each other. When suddenly, Dick, I thought. Hello, great-grandpa Julius. Remember me, Dan? You always used to say I was favorite grandchild. Can you say hello? Great-grandpa Julius seemed about to say something. He stretched beyond the ear and his leg inside. He is not very talkable, said my dad. You should have heard him at the animal shelter, I said. My dad clucked and walked away, shaking his head. How come you didn't talk to my dad? I asked. I talk when I want to do, said the cat. Not when other people want me to do. Hey, Zack! You got anything to eat around here? I'm so hungry I could eat a run dance. I had a free can of cat food that gave me at the animal shelter. I put in the bowl on the floor. Great-grandpa Julius sniffed and went for his nose. Phew! What is that stuffed? Beef by-product in gravity. I repeated. You got maybe a little hurling with sour cream? I told him I wasn't have anything like that. He didn't tell me this. I said, well, let's put it this way, kid. Either get me some hurling with sour cream porter, or I'm going to take a leg on your sofa. You're not serious about this, he said. Try me, he said. If you ask me, the great-grandpa Julius will look current and I hear it, but when they're trying to be understanding, I guess dying and getting returned as a cat would spoil a person's mood. Chapter 4. Luckily, the deal of the corner sold hurling with sour cream. I brought it back to great-grandpa Julius. Now you're talking, he said when he saw it. He grabbed it up. Not bad at all. But tomorrow, Zack, be sure to deal man doesn't thank him on the sour cream. Boy, this cat was pushy. Listen, I can't buy you hurling the sour cream every day. I said, I only got $3 a week allowance, and I won't be able to buy it for you of Thanksgiving weekend. I won't even be here. I'm going to Chicago to visit Grandma Leah. You're going to visit Leah? Yeah, sorry. I am, he said. You're staying here with a neighbor. You go to Chicago and you wouldn't take me to see my own daughter. If Leah wasn't reincarnated and didn't come to see her, she'd be crushed. Well, I said, let me ask my dad. Zack, said my dad. I'm willing to go along with a joke, but we both know cats can't talk. Although I must admit I'm tempted to bring him to Chicago, just to see the expression of Grandma Leah's face when you told her this cat is her father. Dad, I'd really like to take him to Chicago. I think it would mean a lot to me. I'll tell you what, said my dad. If you can get him to talk to me, you can take him to Chicago. I went to my room. My great-grandpa Julius was playing my collection of baseball cards. You have any cards of Lower Gehring, Ty Cubby, or Rose Hosby on them? Yes. No, I'm afraid not. Gehring and Hosby were nice fellows. Cub, not so nice. That's what I heard. but all three sang my baseball. You saying you attend me Lonesome, Ty Cobb, Roger Sobby? I said, the tanker nodded. What happened to the bullet they sang? I have it. What? In a safe way. Don't worry about that. So your dad can go to Chicago. He said on one condition. What's that? You have to talk to him. I don't think he believes you can talk. That's all I have to do. Talk to him. That's all. Okay, let's do it. Fellow great-grandpa Julius was pausing in the living room and reading a newspaper. Dad, I said, great-grandpa Julius has something to say with you. Really? Said my dad. He put down his paper and told the cat with a big smile. All right, he said, tell me. What's the 100th part of changing for a person into a cat? Great-grandpa looked down at Dad's book. Then he cocked his head over mine and said, for me, I guess the 100th part of finding out there wasn't a door you could lock behind you on a little box. Is that good enough for a trip to Chicago? My dad looked like they were going to pop out of his head. Sound like good enough to me, I said. How about you, Dad? The end of Zack Files, chapter 1 to chapter 4. Please subscribe and like.